films, you name it. Everything is free shipping at InfoWarsStore.com today. And we're going to extend this out for a couple days. I don't know how long we can afford it, but on this Cyber Monday, free shipping on everything. You can buy DNA Force and get 2 bottles of Survival Shield free, $60 value. We've got colloidal silver, 20% off and free shipping. And if you buy 4 bottles, you get a 5th free. You can buy 1 and get 20% off and free shipping. We've got, again, 50% off PrisonPlanet.tv. We've got 30% off and free shipping on Super Male and Super Female Vitality until it sells out. The silver is almost sold out. That's InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139. 888-253-3139. Free shipping across the board. Savings of up to 30% on InfoWarsLife.com products. Free shipping. Buy 4, get 1 free. Just so many specials. The biggest specials we've ever run. InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com, MadeIn1776.com. Free shipping on everything. Half off on InfoWars Nightly News subscriptions. PrisonPlanet.tv. All of it. All right, that's enough. Let's go to calls. Mark in Oregon, thanks for holding. Solutions, and what is your line in the sand?
Hey, Alex. Well, actually, my lines in the sand are the usual, which would be forced incarceration in a death camp, forced vaccination of murder in a needle. Beyond that, looking at the solution for our predicament here, which is getting worse and worse and worse, down to a point where we're not going to have the freedom left or be allowed to actually have a voice anymore in exposing these evildoers here. Alex, Nicholas, a few calls ago, he'd actually mentioned organization, and that's really the next step that we have to go to. We have excellent broadcasters such as yourself there. We have excellent researchers all throughout this country, people who have already gone over the line, put their lives in danger by exposing to the best of their ability what these bastards are doing to not only us in this country, but around the world. We need to have a day, and we need to have days following, Alex, where we have an organization that goes national and then global of these researchers, these broadcasters actually giving seminars simultaneously across the country, in the cities, and the towns, and the out-of-doors, to actually do what they've been doing, and that is exposing the evil.
And I agree, and we need people that are prominent who love liberty to help organize and fund things and create different initiatives. And we need initiatives of like fact sheets that, boil down why things are happening, what we're facing. We've got to do that. I cannot do it. I have maxed out what I can do, maxed out funding-wise, you name it. I'm doing everything I can just to raise the alarm. It is up to the American people. The problem is so many wealthy people and successful people that don't like what's happening still don't see themselves as leaders, or they're so selfish. The globalists are good at keeping it comfortable in the areas where the wealthy are so that they never get involved. And so if wealthy and serious people don't start getting involved, don't start their own talk shows, don't start really getting aggressive with reality, and what's happening, we're going to lose everything. Good to hear from you. Pete in Indiana. Pete, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, Alex. Hey, listen, I wanted to start off with November 22nd, 1963. George Bush Sr., CIA, claiming not to have been in Dallas for the event. The big event is what they called it. Later on, through his dealings and the Warren Commission, how many people were advanced in their positions due to their involvement in the Warren Commission, Gerald Ford, for example. Then, his presidency, and then Bill Clinton, and then, of course, G.W. Bush. And he nor Dick Cheney, after serving 2 terms in office, never showed up for the GOP convention. Why would that be? And now we're hearing signs, or hearing the rumor that Jeb Bush is going to go for 2016.
That's right, and it's up on DrudgeReport.com. Conservatives moved to thwart Jeb. They're really trying to push Jeb Bush. Rick Perry leads in some of the major polls. But conservative leaders gang up to block Jeb Bush, say he opposes Reaganism. That's actually true. Not that Reagan was perfect, but boy, a lot better than the Bushes. I mean, another Bush. We are not a dynasty. No more Clintons, no more Bushes. Give me a break. I mean, but here's the article. Rick Perry leads the way in Iowa. So go ahead.
I would just like to say, there's the old saying, you know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Fool me three times, I'm a complete idiot, yeah.
We're not complete idiots, and, I mean, the way that George Bush actually did, win the elections on both, in 2004, in 2002, 2004.
It was 2000 and 2004. So you're saying your line in the sand is another Bush dynasty. But then the question is, what do you do after the line is crossed? See, I mean, go burn down a Papa John's or something? I mean, we've got to identify who's running this whole deal so they can be prosecuted. For an hour about that statement. A, Louis Farrakhan knows his base. He knows that's what people want to hear. B, how does burning down your own neighborhood do anything? I mean, if the cop really killed him in cold blood and the witnesses said that, I genuinely think that the jury, the grand jury, would have indicted him. But the story didn't add up. I mean, it's like Zimmerman and Trayvon. I mean, Zimmerman was obviously an idiot looking for trouble, but Trayvon was banging his head in the ground. But it doesn't matter. I mean, even if Zimmerman would have been a racist and killed him, it doesn't mean that randomly white people, at Wendy's need to be targeted. I mean, I'll assure you, the average white person that I know can't even fight their way out of a wet paper bag. They're not, and they're certainly not wanting to kill black people. I mean, here's the deal. If I got on TV and I talked like that, they would send people after me, and I wouldn't be on air very long. I just don't know how Louis Farrakhan gets away with that, because he does have a lot of followers. And by the way, Louis Farrakhan said nice things about me, so that's pretty weird. He liked it when I said, you try to take our guns, 1776 will commence again. Well, that's legitimate when you try to take a general right away from the public. The government is illegitimate at that point. And every time tries to enslave. So maybe Farrakhan really believes what he's saying. And I guess he went through a lot of racism growing up in New York, so maybe he's just mad. I mean, my issue is I've dealt with racist black people growing up in Dallas. I bet money, because I've read about Farrakhan. I didn't hear any stories about him being racially attacked when he was a kid. I bet money Louis Farrakhan has not been attacked 1/100th racially as much as I've been. I mean, sure, not allowed to go in hotels or restrooms, and that's terrible. That's horrible. That's much worse overall. But when it comes to, I'm going to beat your head in, cracker, I mean, I've been in a bunch of fights with racist black people that said they were attacking me for no reason, but that I was 170 pounds and they were 230 pounds, and they wanted to beat up a white person. And but I didn't just hate black people because there's racist black people out there, any more than black people shouldn't blame white people for the Klan. It's just so frustrating to hear Louis Farrakhan up there saying that. And look, I don't want violence in a revolution, but it does come down to the point where a shooting war will start, and I'll talk about it next hour. I promise. And it will cause the police not to come out of their police departments, and it'll set up checkpoints, and then that'll be the new way of life in America, and secret police out disappearing people, and it will corrupt the police more in response to the Civil War. And then they'll bring in the UN forces and the corporate forces and the mercenaries behind them. See, that's really the plan. So Louis Farrakhan is right that you will see a complete hands-off attitude towards black people if black people started going after the police. But see, that's already going on. That's why crime's so high in those areas, because the cops don't want to respond. They don't want to be called racist or get shot at. So it'll make the black community much worse. And let me tell you, the average cop is like a social worker. They do not want to hurt black people or anybody else. We'll be back.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
eve of Thanksgiving this year, I was thinking, what am I really thankful for? And I got to tell you, it's my family. It's all the blessings of liberty that our forebears secured. And it's you, the listeners of the broadcast, who've made everything we do possible. This Black Friday, I decided to bring you the biggest special we've ever offered on any of the nutraceuticals at InfoWarsLife.com. I'm talking about Silver Bullet colloidal silver that we've been sold out of for months. This time I doubled down and got even more. As of me taping this on the eve of Thanksgiving, we have already sold half of it. So instead of keeping the price at its regular discounted price, we are going to give you 20% off and free shipping on single bottles. But if you get 4 bottles, we're going to give you the 5th one free and the free shipping. I don't know how long this special will run, but if supplies last, we will extend it out until Cyber Monday. You'll find powerful nutraceuticals like Silver Bullet and others at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. Again, this is Alex Jones wishing you all a blessed and happy Thanksgiving and thanking you all for your support of freedom.